Mm-hmm. Timers, guys. Timers. Welcome back, episode 2 of Map Making with Sparks. Yeah, I've been looking at this. Don't really know what I think about it. Basically, this is a timer for capturing the nodes. As I was talking about in the last episode, the nodes need some sort of timer on them. Now, this logic gate system up here is the same as I had over here. I've replaced the command blocks with pressure plates for the time being for testing. So the logic gate, basically, if this pressure plate is active, this torch will turn on, or vice versa. And if this one is, that one will turn on. But if both are down or none are down, both torches are off. So basically, this is a potential option for a countdown. You know, if you step off it before the countdown completes, it freezes and restarts. There's a lamp down here indicating the capture. So after 1, 0, it'll switch it to the light team and the node remains captured by the last person there, which is, it's what I want. There's a lot of pistons. The way it works is, if I just flick this, you can see there's a repeater line running through there. They're setting off the command blocks as they go. And finally they reach the capture point and power this shovel and a dropper setup. If the repeaters are interrupted by the pistons rising up, the whole thing stops and resets. And if both teams are detected, then it'll stop working as well. So it kind of works, I think. But there's a lot of pistons and it's very big, and it's a bit spammy as well. I mean, I could, like, currently these announcer countdowns, they just say that. I could get it to say it within a radius so that only people on or very close to a node actually see the countdown, because otherwise it's just spamming people. But I think I want to try something else. I've got a bit of an idea for the lamps as well, so I'm going to try that. This is interesting. I like this. Right. So there's 4 in here and 4 in here, which means they're even, which means half these lamps are lit. I like this because there's a variable strength output. Now, a timer could send pulses at a changeable time to this dispenser, and for the light team to this dispenser. And what's really cool is over here you can see there's 2 torches, and they will only both be off if it's even. So you can tell if it's uncaptured. So that torch is unlit unless I can't hit it. Unless both are hit, then unless both are even, then the torch turns on. So one of the qualities I need for this timer is that however it works, it needs to be quick to reset. This one is very easy to reset. It automatically resets when once all the players have left the arena. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one over here. The thing is, though, at the moment there's effectively 3 states that you can have: light capture, dark capture, and uncaptured. And I've got these sort of 2 horrible sets of logic. There's one which tells which of the 2 teams has captured it, light or dark. And then separately, there's this bloody great piston thing, which puts a glass block in front of it. It's uncaptured. So it's a bit ungainly, really. What I'm thinking with this here is that I could make some circuitry which, when it gets a reset signal, it will work out which dispenser has less spades in, and then send lots of fast pulses to that dispenser until they're evenly filled. So until this torch turns on, it'll send pulses to whichever dispenser has the most items in it, which would be, I think, fairly fast at resetting if we used single stack items like shovels. And the reason I really want a variable output like this is that it means that we can have something cool. I mean, at the moment there's two halves to these two sets of lamps, but I was thinking, what if there was sort of like a pie shape with a circle of lamps on the floor here, and if you remember the light team, as you stand on it, you see it slowly light up in a circle, and if you remember the dark team, you see it slowly travel down. If both members are on, it doesn't move. If you're on, and then when you reset it, half of the lamps are lit and half aren't. So I think it'd be sort of a very good way of variably showing how close to capture each team is without spamming the chat. So I really want to develop this. It relies a little bit on signal length, so I don't know how compact I can make it, although this is just a demonstrative thing, and I think a lot of the circuitry for this can go underneath, so it's not going to get much larger. But I like this. I want to further develop this because I think this is kind of cool. All right. This seems to work pretty good. So this is our reset line with the clock running over it, with the wireless redstone, just like above. And it's a bit messy. I don't know whether I could make it smaller. It's nice because this redstone down here all just runs when you reset it. It's not constantly going, which is handy. It's just that clock. So there are dark lamps and light lamps, and currently this would be an uncaptured node. There is one more light lamp than dark lamp, but they have the same amount of spaces. So if I press this button here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 levels. There's 8 shovels in total, so that it's nice and even. You can see that this torch is unlit and this one is lit. That's because this one here has got less items in it, so the redstone doesn't reach far enough to turn it off. Down here, this is a memory cell. When you send a reset message, it turns this memory cell on, and that memory cell then powers these clocks here. There's a bit of logic to tell which is emptier, and whichever one is emptier has a clock turned on to fill it until it's full. Once the two are equal, which means both of these torches are unlit, this torch turns on and resets the memory cell. So if I press the reset button, you'll see a couple of the far clock there starts blinking, and the torches have returned to the middle position. Same way for the dark node, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 combinations. And it can't go any higher than that, it just goes click and doesn't do anything else. And if I reset it, the lamps go back down to the middle position. So this will be quite a good. I like this basically. I think that I could make a circle which has a different number of lamps. Has 8 lamps around it, and the lamps will either be half lit, half unlit, and then they will light or unlight in a circle. Basically, all I need to do is attach this to a clock of any speed I like, and at whatever speed I set it to, this will slowly decrease or increase as members of the relevant teams are on, and it has a fairly fast reset rate. I'd say that's about 4 or 5 seconds. It's not as instantaneous as this one, but I like this one so far over that one because this one spams your chat with messages. There's a countdown. There's nothing visual about it. There's a lot of pistons, which I don't like the noise in this case. So I think this can be developed a little, and I think I'm going to try and do that in this episode. See if I can make this a little bit more compact because it's a little bit messy at the moment. I don't know whether I could get 1 clock rather than 2, and whether it's even worth doing that. But I'll play around with it a little bit because I quite like this. I think this will make a good node capturing timer. Yeah. Alright, well, Mark 3 of the node, huh? This is the same size as the old node in terms of sort of the space that you can walk around on here, but now has these 8 lamps. This is it in its uncaptured state. Down here, you can see these are the 2 dispensers full of shovels that we had in that experiment down there, and that wire running along there powering those lamps is now this wire here which has been strategically, with a lot of time, painstakingly made exactly the right length so that each of these lamps is attached to just the right point, so that there's a progressive step. So if I remove shovels, it takes away one lamp each time. So at this point the dark team would have captured the node, and in the same way I can add light by sending pulses to this one. I really like this. I think that's a very good indicator of how captured the node is. There we go, the light team's now captured it. I'm a bit disappointed about this half slab, but I've spent about half a day wiring, deleting, rewiring this thing, trying to make it as compact and as lag friendly as possible and as little delay as possible. These lapis blocks, I'm going to run a filter to replace them with glowing pumpkins. You can't place a glowing pumpkin above air. I didn't really want to do that and then place a pumpkin, so I'm going to replace this with a filter, and the glowing pumpkins will give off light which is higher than the light level given off by these comparators. You can see they're giving off about, well, the block light didn't really change there. I'm not positive about them. I think it's slightly unimplemented. I think comparators currently don't give off light properly like repeaters do, but they should. They should give off light, and if it's fixed in the future, I just want to make sure that there are no light updates which cause unneeded lag. So yeah, jack-o'-lanterns will be added. I noticed while building this, a major flaw in this entire system is that you play this in adventure mode, so you can't break blocks, but you can break lamps in adventure mode. Game mode, adventure, which means that I cannot currently break. I can break glass, which is another stupid thing. I mean, I had glass here before. I might have to change that for something else. But yeah, you can break the lamps, which means I spent quite a while here just trying to make sure that none of the lamps had access to the redstone underneath, which sucks. And I mean, the way that I currently had these in my first test, that redstone was completely exposed, and I don't know whether it's really worth it or sensible to actually cover them like that. So lamps can be broken in adventure mode. I'm very sad about that. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. There's not much we can do. We can't put glass over them because you can break that as well. Yeah, so this is the node Mark III. Now I just need to work out how to get this logic section here smaller and to fit it under this node comfortably. There is very little space when you're trying to make it compact. That was a bit of a self-fulfilling sentence. Not enough space when you're trying to make it compact. Yeah, but I like this. You know, there isn't going to be all too much lag. There may be a little lag because of light updates when these lamps turn on and off, but there are no pistons, there are no repeaters because repeaters would strengthen the signal. You can only use comparators which don't strengthen the signal. So yeah, seems fairly good. I really like this. Leave comments. I think this is all I'm going to do for this episode because it's getting kind of long. Do you like this node capture system with the 8 lamps? Do you prefer it to this system here? What did you think of the piston-based capture thing, which I'm probably not going to use here? Are there any merits to it that I should consider? Because I don't really know. I quite like this. Or, you know, do you have a better solution? Something that'll still... I really like this circular lamp thing. I don't really want to abandon it, but I don't know if people could think of any cool suggestions. Leave them in the comments. So thank you very much for watching episode 2. Thanks for sticking around and watching this far into the series already. And I will see you all in the next episode. I'm looking forward to it.